my family and I evacuated our home due to the Los Angeles wildfires, and I contemplated making this video till I saw some other content creators in the community sharing their experience and also raising awareness about the disaster and where you can actually donate and help raise some funds for everyone affected by this devastation that has completely obliterated whole communities out here in Los Angeles. So I will be putting some links in the description. This video is actually a fundraiser video for Project Hope that have boots on the ground, are delivering essentials to families and anyone who's been affected by this wildfire. And so I also will be doing a couple live streams here on the channel to raise funds, also just to be there for people during this difficult time and be, just somewhere where people can turn off, because I do find myself just doom scrolling, and I just want to help people through this difficult situation, whether it's through playing a game that has a beautiful meaning behind it, or, I don't know. I'm just trying to do everything that I can to help the community, because this is my home. I am born and raised in Los Angeles. So is my husband. Our whole families are here. Our friends are here. And it just breaks my heart to see these communities that we considered our own gone, completely gone. I'm sure you all have seen, all of the stuff covering these fires. And I just wanted to share my experience and just raise awareness through my content. I just didn't feel right posting regular scheduled stuff here. So yeah, that look out for those live streams. I'll have more information on them. I will be doing one today and I believe one on Friday. So yeah, Tuesday night on the 7th, we had a wind advisory warning here in California or Los Angeles. And it didn't seem like anything too out of the ordinary. Like, I've gotten these wind advisories on my phone before, severe weather. And I didn't really think too much of it. But they were winds that I had never experienced here in Los Angeles in my whole life. Like, my parents, they've been here their whole lives, and they said that they had never experienced winds like this before either. So that was kind of the start to this whole mess, is just having these fires break out in these wind events. So we actually lost power in our house at around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I thought it was just due to them turning off the power because the winds were so high. And I know that, transformers could explode, a lot of trees. We have a lot of trees in the area. So like that can, cause a fire with the spark. So that's why I thought that they turned the power off. So we actually went to go get food because we didn't want to open our refrigerator and spoil our food since we didn't know how long the power was going to be out. So while we were out, I was able to see like sparks, like flashes in the sky, which I think were transformers exploding. And at this point, we were not aware of any of the fires yet. So on that drive back home was when I kind of was getting really concerned about these winds. I was like, okay, we need to go home and like stay inside. These are very dangerous winds, especially with all these trees around. We ate dinner, candlelight. We had our equipment with like lights that run off batteries to help light the house. And that's when we got a text from one of our friends letting us know that a fire had broke out close by to our house, and it was the Eaton fire. So the Palisades fire had already just started a little bit earlier, I believe, before the Eaton fire. And so, my husband saw this text, and it's crazy because he actually had a dream the night before, and he told me that morning that he had a dream about a fire close to our house. And so he was already in that mindset of like needing to pack stuff. So, we gathered our camera equipment, our important documents, stuff just in case for the pets. We both got the Watch Duty app so we can stay up to date on the fire. So yeah, I put my son to sleep, and we actually lost cell service and internet around 10 o'clock. This was like right before we were going to go to bed. And so we were kind of in the dark with everything. We didn't get to see updates on the fire duty app. We couldn't see what our neighbors were saying on Ring or Nextdoor, and we were just by ourselves. We were curious. We were like, well, how are we going to know if the fire is close to us? Like, we've never experienced this before. We've never had to go through these type of fires ever living in Los Angeles. So we were like, okay, well, we went to bed and kept waking up, trying to check the app to see if there's any updates or anything. And around 5 o'clock, we were woken up by the emergency system to evacuate. Now that we were at a level 3 go, like it completely skipped level 2 for us. And well, we just didn't have internet access. So we literally packed everything we could in 10 minutes. When I went outside to pack up the car, I just seeing the neighborhood just covered in ash, like just falling from the sky, and I could hear explosions in the distance and see the fire, like see it red from over the hill. We didn't know how close it was, and it was so terrifying. And just thinking about all of the families that had to go through this, it just breaks my heart. And I'm also going to be linking some I've been posting on Instagram a bunch of, help, where you can donate, how you can help. But I've also been posting some resources for mental health. And I think that's going to be something really important that sometimes gets overlooked, is taking care of your mental health after an event like this. So I'll be posting some resources in the description as well. But yeah, we evacuated. We met at my parents' house, who luckily they had room for us to stay. And we were literally just Wednesday, the whole day, it was just trying to just keep up with the fire. We didn't know if we were going to have a house to come home to. Thursday morning, we got the okay to come back to the house. And we were just so grateful that everything was fine here at our home. But there are so many families. It's just, everything is gone. And so I just felt called to try to do as much as I can. We donated some of our blankets and pillows to the Union Station homeless shelter here in Pasadena. And it was so amazing to see. This was only one day after everything had started. There were so many donations. There was the Pasadena Humane Society, which is an animal shelter where we actually got Navi from, and they just had piles of stuff. So seeing that and seeing the community come together was just so beautiful. And I knew that, like, I want to be a part of that, and I wanted to try and help. So we gathered some of our merch, our coloring books. I went and bought some crayons to donate so that the children affected by this have something to take their minds off of everything. Donated some Ruby plushes as well. And on the next day, I went and volunteered. It was my first time ever volunteering at the Pasadena Humane Society. Sorted through a bunch of stuff and met with some families who had lost everything and who were fostering animals. And, I wanted to do a fundraiser here to help raise funds. And, a lot of these places are really overrun with clothing. And then being there on the ground, seeing how much stuff is being donated, they're really like short staffed. I don't think they were prepared for an emergency like this, because we got turned away from a lot of places trying to volunteer, saying that they were full of volunteers, which is so beautiful to see. But going in there and seeing the operations, they need as many hands as they can. And you kind of just gotta create a job for yourself. And so I just had to put myself into these people's shoes. If I had lost my house and I was going to a donation center, I'd want everything just easy. I wouldn't want to have to sort through like a pile of clothes. And so yeah, just lending a helping hand anywhere that I could. And then I thought, let's try doing some of these live streams because there are a lot of volunteers out there. I wanted to use my platform to kind of raise awareness and just raise some funds for these organizations and families that really need our help because they literally lost everything. And I think they're still getting a number on how many families have lost their homes, but this is long term. Like, this is not going to just be, over in the week. And I just wanted to raise awareness because the longevity of this and the longevity of the support really does matter. Even just spreading awareness about, the rent gouging that's going on now. Actually showed a video on how you can help if you aren't local or don't have funds to donate. There's a way that you can go and help report people who are rent gouging. They're only allowed to raise the rent 10%. And there's companies who are just trying to take advantage of the situation, and even insurance. Like, it's just a mess. And so I'm just trying to stay, in the know. And I'm sure there's going to be multiple issues that arise from this. So yeah, this is a disaster. And I really feel for those families and businesses and artists and, entrepreneurs. The people who live here in Los Angeles are not all rich. They're not all famous. It's not all Hollywood, glitz and glam. These are real people who came here with a dream, and some people can't even recover. They can't recover from this. And it's so sad. So I just want to try to do as much as I can, raise awareness to this and try to help as much as I can. And so thank you guys for watching. Thank you for checking up on me, all my friends and family, and even just some of you all on social media. Like, I really appreciate it. But my family is one of the lucky ones. We didn't lose our home. We still have a roof over our head, and I just want to support those who need it here in Los Angeles. So make sure to tune into those live streams. One will be today, and the next one will be Friday. So I'm going to keep those VODs up as well if you miss them, and so you can still donate that way too if you miss them. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later.